prosecutors didn't even use their testimony. They didn't need to. After repeated denials on several occasions, Lynn Malcolm's own children had confessed. Their testimony sealed her fate.
I initially waited for them to break down and start crying.
But they never did.
And then I went into shock. And I sat and just stared.
On the stand, Lynn Malcolm denied it all. The jury didn't believe her then, taking just 4 hours to send her here. So after losing at the appeals court, the Supreme Court, and the clemency board, why would Lynn Malcolm think another jury would act any differently?
This was on January 13th, she wrote this, 1996. It says, Mom, hello, stranger. That really sounds weird, coming from your own daughter.
2 years ago, Lynn Malcolm heard from the daughter who helped put her away.
I couldn't write you because of my father. But now that
I'm 18 and living on my own, I finally have a chance to write you. I just want you to know, I don't think you did one thing.
Jennifer Malcolm is now recanting the testimony she gave at age 9.
No, it didn't even happen at all. It was just something that I was told what to say. So that's what I said, because I felt if I didn't say that, I'd get in trouble.
The prosecutor in Lynn Malcolm's case, Jim Peters, wouldn't talk on camera, but he says their allegations got blown out of proportion, but the investigation did not. We weeded out the bizarre allegations and left what seemed to be true.
Yeah, I have guilt. I think a lot of it is my fault, because I'm thinking, well, I knew my mom didn't do these things, so why couldn't I have said she didn't do these things? But then thinking, well, how old was I? I was 8 or 9.
10 years is a long time to be in prison. It's also a long time to be without a mom, especially if you think it's for a crime that never even happened. Of the 200 people charged around the nation in group sex abuse cases, 3/4 of them have been acquitted, had convictions overturned, or charges against them dropped. Those who think Lynn Malcolm's guilty say her case is different. Again, we've made repeated efforts to talk on camera to Clark County prosecutors, investigators, and parents of her alleged victims. They declined. Tomorrow night, we talk further with Jennifer Malcolm. She tells us how prosecutors crafted her testimony.
First I say, no, that's not right, and then they keep persisting, and it's like, okay, have it your way. Okay.
But does this recantation carry any weight with the courts? That's tomorrow night on Channel 2 News at 5. Clark County's convicted sex offender Lynn Malcolm filed another appeal this week asking for a new trial. She's lost appeals before, but this time Lynn Malcolm has a powerful ally. We'll take a look tonight at why she wants another trial to decide whether hers is a fair conviction or coercion. She's behind bars for horrendous crimes of having sex with her young children and forcing her children to have sex with each other. She calls it all lies and the work of overzealous investigators.
I think the children went into an interview situation with detectives who had an agenda.
If Lynn Malcolm's case is like dozens of others around the country, she may be right. It is the testimony of children that sent Lynn Malcolm here. Now, after 10 years, many people are raising the question, are those children to be believed?
I know my mom didn't do anything. I know that for sure.
Meet one of the children who sent Lynn Malcolm to prison, her own daughter, Jennifer, who now, at age 20, says her testimony was scripted by prosecutors.
And then I read through, like, the transcripts or whatever, and the things they said about my mom, I don't even remember. I mean, sticking screwdrivers up in certain places, no.
But so far, Jennifer's recantation has carried little weight. This past fall, the clemency board rejected her mother's appeal for freedom.
I was crying. I was bawling.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, how could they? How could they not see, you know? How could they do this to me?
But now, another court may be forced to hear her out. Portland attorney Mike Snedeker is taking Malcolm's case, and he's petitioning for a new trial in Clark County.
The kids themselves never volunteered any accusations at all. The investigators would say over and over, did your mother do A, B, C, D, E, and F?
First I say, no, that's not right, and then they keep persisting, and it's like, okay, have it your way.
It was relentless pressure. They interviewed the kids for hours at a time. When Jennifer was crying and asking to stop, Sharon Krause did not stop. They persisted. They ignored denials. They leaned on those children in every way possible.
If Snedeker is right and Jennifer was coached into making horrifying claims that her mother forced her to have sex, there's the question, why? Snedeker's book, Satan's Silence, explains why well-meaning investigators went too far.
They had a philosophy that said, you've got to be tough, you've got to lean on these kids, or because it's so hard for them to talk about it.
Although Jennifer has recanted, Lynn Malcolm's son Kirk, who also accused his mother of sex abuse, has not recanted his testimony, and he won't talk to us.
I haven't talked to him since he's been 12 years old, and he's still stuck in this filth. He's stuck.
Yet Jennifer, by recanting, runs the risk of losing what family she has left in this world. Her father and brother don't believe her.
It makes me angry, and it makes me a lot angry at my father because he was married to my mom for, I don't know, a while before this all happened. And you would think he would know what kind of mom she was.
And that's why Lynn Malcolm says she won't give up fighting, even though she'll be out of prison in a year.
And they may have stolen my life as an adult, but what they've done to my children, I'm still furious and I'm not giving up, period. And I believe with all of my heart that it will come out. I do.
Colleagues of Sharon Krause, the investigator whom Malcolm's attorney criticized in this story, deny she coerced the children. In fact, one said her interviews were so sensitively handled, they were like therapy. We couldn't reach Krause, she's retired and traveling. And others who prosecuted Lynn Malcolm refused to be interviewed on camera. Again, the Washington State Appeals Court is now going to decide whether there's a legal reason to give Lynn Malcolm another trial. We'll let you know its decision.